So today is Chuseok, but it's also the 10-year anniversary of the October 4th Joint Declaration, an agreement between South and North Korea aimed at promoting peace. But since then, much of its legacy has faded as the inter-Korean relationship has deteriorated in recent years. Our Kwon Jang-oh takes a look back at the declaration's history.
June 15, 2000. The leaders of the two Koreas, President Kim Dae-jung and Kim Jong-il, reached a landmark joint declaration that hoped to bring the peninsula a significant step closer to peace and reunification. But by 2006, Pyongyang carried out its first nuclear bomb test, putting all reconciliation efforts at risk. Kim Dae-jung's successor, President Roh Moo-hyun, reached out to North Korea, and on October 4, 2007, a new joint declaration was agreed to get back on track towards peace.
If the first inter-Korean summit and declaration were about establishing a new relationship between the two Koreas, the second declaration was about reinforcing and driving home that relationship and cooperation.
The October 4th declaration outlined 8 points of cooperation, including carrying out the previous June 15th declaration, ending military hostilities and working towards a permanent peace treaty. It also included economic, cultural and humanitarian cooperative projects, such as expanding reunions for war-separated families and holding more inter-Korean talks. However, the declaration was never fully realized, with timing being one of the biggest obstacles. Just 2 months after the declaration was signed, North's terms finished and Lee Myung-bak won the presidential election, starting 2 consecutive administrations of conservative rule that would eventually lead to all economic, humanitarian and communication ties with North Korea being cut. 4 years later, Kim Jong-il died, putting his son Kim Jong-un at the helm of the regime, leading to a step up in its nuclear weapons program in an attempt to consolidate its power and authority. During these last 10 years, North Korea carried out 5 more nuclear tests, almost 100 missile launches, and faced 15 UN Security Council resolutions. Although at various times both South and North Korea have called on each other to respect and fulfill the June 15th, October 4th and other joint declarations, the relationship has only grown further apart.
The greatest change to the inter-Korean relationship has become the nuclear one. In the past, it might have been possible to bring security and peace through building friendly ties, but now the North's nukes are the primary issue that stands in the way of peace, of inter-Korean ties, and relations with the U.S. as well.
When President Moon Jae-in came into the office in May this year, there had been hopes that the Liberal president would be able to improve relations with the North, especially as a disciple of the late Roh Moo-hyun, who engineered the October 4th declaration. But with Pyongyang continuing its nuclear ambitions and Kim Jong-un's spiraling war of words with Donald Trump, tensions on the peninsula have reached unprecedented levels, leaving Moon Jae-in struggling to make a breakthrough and pick up where the declaration left off. Kwon Jang-oh, Arirang News.